Hi, anyone or everyone. I can never really tell how many people are going to actually see the stuff that I post on social media. I just can't tell how popular it's going to be. But this is my first video I've ever made, and it is something pretty important to me, and I think it is also very, like, a current topic. So I just felt like it's something I really need to make, and I need some people to see, or anyone, just in case they're struggling too. But so this is my video. It is called, oh fuck, it's backwards, oh well. Paige Haeffele, the girl who didn't kill herself. So I guess all my little note cards are ruined because they show up backwards on the video, but today is April 11th, 2017, and tomorrow is my 23rd birthday. Earlier in the year, and even within the past month and a half, I have been struggling. I will admit that I've been very depressed and very anxious. I've been suicidal, I self-injure, I just have a lot of problems. I'm working on him, I'm working on them all, and I'm trying to give myself the best future I possibly can. And there's some people of you might be thinking, why is this girl depressed? She doesn't seem depressed, she doesn't seem sad. That is because depression and anxiety are hidden killers. They're hidden illnesses, like ones that the most happy person you think in the whole world could be hiding that all facade, covering up their mental illness. I've been to Linden Oaks inpatient because I was suicidal more than 6 times. I don't even know how many times I've been there. It's that many. And now, because on Netflix, I'm sure all of you have seen and probably watched and heard about the new 13 Reasons Why series. This is 13 Reasons Why. It's the book form. I read it when I was probably in middle school, and then it's just taken up a place on my bookshelf ever since. And when I saw that Netflix would be making an adaptation, I was pretty excited. I thought that it would be great to watch just a book that pretty much really affected me, to see it like on the screen, you know. So I did watch all of it. I binge watched it pretty much. And I do think the adaptation did do the book justice. However, especially in the last episode, it was extremely triggering for people who are suicidal, or have suicidal thoughts, or self-injure. This is something that was extremely hard for me to deal with when I saw what happened in the last episode when they were talking back about Hannah and her actions. It literally made me sick. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I did self-injure because of that. But that's not what this video is all about. This is about me, and this is about me being the girl who didn't kill herself, but went before she turned 23, which is something that I had written down and said that I would do. Pretty much this day, but yet, okay, I'm sorry. It's just something that I had planned in my head, something that I just felt was inevitable, and it really just kind of snuck up on me. Like, it just seems like time's been flying by really fast. But anyway, tomorrow, like I said, is my 23rd birthday, and there's a lot of reasons that I have to stay alive. And must admit that, and I do realize that. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys some of the reasons why I am not going to kill myself before I turn 23. Sorry, my laptop just faded out. Alright, so as we saw before, all my note cards are going to be backwards, but I did write them down as a plan, so I'll just put them up anyway. The reason why I'm not going to kill myself. My family. It's hard to read, obviously, because it's backwards. My mom, my dad, my sister Taylor, my younger twin brothers Patrick and Liam. They are my ultimate support system. I love them all so much, and they've all helped me out in different ways on this journey, and kind of suffering that I've dealt with because of my depression and anxiety. I appreciate them all so much as people, and I love them so much, and I know that if I lost any of them, I would be completely devastated. So I can only imagine how much it would hurt if they somehow found me in my room, having overdose on Xanax and just lifeless. I can only imagine that it would be truly horrible, and I'm sure it could ruin a lot of people's lives, not just my family. Which leads me to my next card. My friends. Sorry, I know it's hard to read because backwards again. I am lucky because I am a person who in life has had a good amount of friends and a good support system. I've never like been bullied or anything like that. I specifically am talking about my cross country girls from high school. You know, cross country and track. My best friends back from Napier Elementary. Those ones are my ride or dies, you know. And also my awesome friends who went to DePaul and I lived with when I was still going to DePaul before my mental health issues made me have to withdraw and come home. I love all of them so much, and I would never want to hurt them in a way that their suicide would hurt me. So I love y'all so much, and thank you so much for being here for me in some of the hardest times of my life. My next reason that I'm not killing myself. My therapist, Heather, and my psychiatrist, Dr. Martin. They've been with me through this whole journey. I've been seeing Dr. Martin for 5 years, and I love him so much. He's a goofy guy. He has never given up on me, never said I'm an unfixable case, even though I have gone through ECT, which is electroconvulsive therapy, TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation, which are supposed to be two cures for treatment-resistant depression, and I've been through literally so many different antidepressants. You can't even I have on the side of my bed, I have a basket literally full of all of them. And speaking of antidepressants, these are my bottles. Sorry, that was really sloppy. But all of these, I take these on the daily to help me. And it can be hard to tell if they're having any effect at all, especially when you just feel depressed and like you can't do anything. And when you wake up and have a bad day, they're not happy pills, as people seem to believe. So it's hard to leave that trust in something that you don't even know if it's going to work, and always takes around a few weeks to even see results. So trying a new medication can mean more side effects, which can really vary from, can make you more suicidal, which is something that happened to me in the past. They can just not do anything, make you gain weight and become fat, like who wants to become fat? Or you can feel, you can feel nothing at all, which is something that I've felt with a lot of the ones I've taken. Or you actually find one that helps you. And I'm really hoping that this set that I'm on right now is going to be the one that helps me. So I just want to thank my therapist, Heather. She's the most understanding person ever. I feel like she even knows me even better than I know myself. She's so kind. And my psychiatrist, Dr. Martin, who I would never choose to go to anyone else. In a brief period when I did have to see anyone else, it wasn't the same. He just didn't understand me. Dr. Martin totally understands, and he's one of the greatest people I've ever met. I love him very much. And I know that I don't want to make either of them feel like they couldn't do their job or failed at their jobs by myself committing suicide. Because I know it would seem like they failed, but they're keeping me alive because they're amazing. My next card, school and learning, with the little A+ in the corner, because that's, always my goal, 100%. I love to learn. I love finding out new facts about people, about history, about technology, about anything. Attending school and going to classes during college and even high school has been pretty tough. I still do have a passion to learn, and I know that everyone learns at their own pace, and I can only handle so many classes at a time. So it is going to be a slow process because a lot of my friends are graduated already, and it's hard not to compare myself to them. But I just have to look at it like this: in the scheme of my whole life, it's going to be a very minor amount of time that I'm still in college behind my friends. I'll soon be able to get a job I want, which comes to my next point. Work. People would say work sucks. However, I work at Ulta Beauty, the beauty supply store. You can go there for anything. I would recommend it to everyone. I would just be completely giving up on my coworkers, giving up on my bosses, giving up everything I've worked for with my suicide. So that just is something that keeps me accountable. Keeping busy is really good to distract from ruminating on suicidal thoughts, and it's obviously good to make money. Not that I'm rich or anything, obviously, but it's nice to have an incoming paycheck. Next point, love. I know people may think that I've had a lot of boyfriends, and I wouldn't deny that. But I have, like, despite all the issues that I've had with romantic relationships, I believe that there is finally going to be somebody out there that, like, can stand me and just will want to hang out with me and think I'm funny and cool. So that's a dream that I have, finding love, which I'm sure is within everybody's mind. I'm no different than any other teenage girl. Well, I'm not teenager, but, like, you know, young adult, whatever. Next, travel. It's so annoying that these are backwards, but whatever. I haven't ever left the United States. I've only been to Wisconsin, Michigan, Colorado, and Florida, and Ohio. So I would just like to travel more across the United States, as well as travel other countries, as many as I can. Like, I would want to see Tokyo, I want to see London, I want to see Sydney, Australia, I want to see Los Angeles, everything, anywhere. I want to go and travel as much as I can, and to make my life not boring. You know, it's great to have vacations where you learn a new culture. I want to go to Greece, you know, I want to do all that. So if I committed suicide, I would never have any option to do that. Anyway, on to my next topic. Seeing the people I love succeed. I know that something always makes me really happy is when I see posts on Facebook about people graduating or getting their dream job or getting into, like, the school that they've been trying to attend for the past, like, 5 years. It always makes me really happy to see those type of posts, because even if we aren't friends, like, in real life, I'm still seeing what you post on social media, and, like, I can't help but be happy for all the people, even if we've never spoken before in my life. You know, even that's weird. I consider myself a friend to everyone, you know, so if you want to be friends, just, like, message me, hey, and I'll be like, yo, and then we can become friends. Anyway, another reason to not commit suicide. Weddings. Both my family and friends, I want to see them get married. I want to be able to be a bridesmaid in my sister's wedding. I want to be able to be a bride, you know, eventually, someday. I'm not like that really matters. I'll get married sometime, whenever it's right. I want to see my friends, like, fall in love and experience love, and it's just the most, like, amazing thing to see people care about each other so deeply. And, like, weddings are always fun to, like, dance and drink and stuff, so obviously that's going to be a good time. My next card. TV shows. I've written some examples, obviously. I'll never see if I committed suicide, I'll never see the end of Rick and Morty. I would never see the end of You're the Worst. I'd never see the end of Girls. I would never see the end of It's Always Sunny. I'd never see the end of Stranger Things. I'd never see the end of Riverdale. I'd never see the end of Orange is the New Black. I would never see the end of Game of Thrones. Those are just a few that are, or BoJack Horseman. Those are just a few shows that come to my head pretty easily that I follow, and I would love to see the resolution, how they leave this how they leave, like, the story ending. So if I committed suicide, I would obviously not be able to see those. Next, running. I know I've had a love-hate relationship with running forever. I did cross-country and track in high school, obviously. But I do have a goal of running a marathon eventually in my life. So it might not be this year, or maybe it'll be next year, hopefully, or the year after that, you know. I don't know where my life's going to take me, but I have a goal of wanting to run a marathon. So running is really important to me. It makes me feel better, releases endorphins and stuff, you know. Helps your brain, helps your body, you know. I want to be fit, you know, obviously. So running is something that really helps with that. One second, I need a drink. So I have, like, cotton mouth. Okay. Another reason that I'm not going to commit suicide. Helping people like myself find hope and help. I am in school studying psychology because I would like to be a psychologist, or, like, counselor, or social worker when I graduate. I just want to help people who have been in the same situation that I've been in, that have suffered kind of as much as I have, not to make it sound, like, too dramatic or anything, but it really is a mental struggle, and fighting your own brain every day is a really hard thing to do. So I just want to show people that there is hope, which is something I've felt completely hopeless and at the bottom. I felt like the worst of the worst, like nothing's ever going to get better, I'm never going to get better, but I just want to show people that it's possible. You just can't give up, and you have to try as hard as you can, even on the bad days. Like, everyone's gonna have bad days, but you just have to stay hopeful that you find the right medication, hopeful that your support systems will stay around, and you just have to never give up hope. There's always going to be at least one person who would be affected by your suicide, or if you didn't exist. So I just hope that things like, hopefully what I'm doing right now is like going to help people. I'm not trying to like talk too much about myself or anything. Okay, anyway. Another reason I'm not doing myself. Music. I love listening to music, obviously, like most people do. I'm not like, I don't think I'm like special or anything because of that, but like, I don't want to miss artists. I love dropping singles, you know. I don't want to miss music festivals. I've never been to Lollapalooza. I want to go to Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo, Coachella, Electric Forest or whatever, even though I'm not really into that type of music, but I just want to have the experiences and see how artists progress, like, through their words and how they basically use their creativity to deal with their own life. And because music is something that's really important to me. I do like to listen to different sounds. Like, I like a lot of different music, so, yeah. Okay. My next reason. Books and autobiographies. I obviously love to read. I've been a reader since I was a kid. Obviously, I love Harry Potter. I'm sure most people know that. I just want to, like, the reason I wouldn't commit suicide. I want to read new books, new popular books and everything, learn as much as I can, and I want to read autobiographies about different people that are famous. So, and that's like pretty cool that you get to read a whole book about someone. And yeah, so it's just like basically that thirst for knowledge and like feeling like you know someone, you know, makes me really want to keep going. Next, this one is kind of funny, but food, you know, it's like if I kill myself, I wouldn't be able to experience these amazing places again. Ice cream, pad thai, cupcakes, new restaurants, food I haven't had yet from other countries, Portillo's, obviously. Who doesn't love Portillo's if you're from Chicago? I would never be able to experience these new foods or anything if I, you know, did commit suicide. So, next. My hobbies. My hobbies are something that I would like to do and improve at because I like doing them. And depression a lot of times takes away your interest in doing things. So I've kind of lost a lot of my creativity with my photography and drawing and painting and baking, which are just some of my hobbies. Depression makes you lose interest in those, and you just feel like you have no energy whatsoever. So I try to like engage in doing my hobbies or whatever at least once a week. At least I've tried to do that for a while now. So that's just another reason worth staying alive for, just to see what I can come up with creatively, like how good can I get at these things that I like and enjoy, and just like the enjoyment of doing them. Finally, and probably one of the most important reasons that I am not going to commit suicide as planned is living and experiencing life like to its fullest. And this is something that I've just always been afraid of growing up. I've been afraid of everything. I've been self-conscious since I was in elementary school. I've been anxious and depressed since like I even remember. And like these are two very debilitating and lonely and dark illnesses. But if I can do it, if I can like help myself stay alive and find hope and like joy and love and friendship and creativity, then I know that you can too. Because I've been at the point multiple times where I just thought that it was over, that I just needed to do it. Like, I have the means, you know, but I'm not going to act on them. And I'm going to turn 23 tomorrow and be happy about it, because I'm going to choose what restaurant we go to for dinner with my family. I know that may seem minimal, but, you know, it's a good time. And I'm going to get cake. Like, who doesn't like cake? So, thank you if you've watched this whole video. I hope that you learned something from it, that it could have improved your day. I know it's really long, but if you watch this, thank you so much. It's nice to know that people care. And I guess I'm gonna be turning 23 tomorrow, a whole new year. So we'll see where this year takes me. Hopefully it goes in the right direction. I'm not gonna promise that I'm never gonna self-injure again. I'm not gonna promise that I'm not gonna be depressed anymore. I'm not gonna promise that I'm not gonna be anxious anymore, because no one can promise that. But you need to know that I do promise to do my best, to do my best and try my best in fighting depression, fighting anxiety, fighting suicidal thoughts, fighting cutting urges, and just trying my best at life in general. So I guess I will leave it at that. And I am Paige Haeffele, the girl who didn't kill herself.